Another day, another video. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today we're watching Prison Break. This is the 15th episode of the second season. Hope you guys have been enjoying it so far. If you liked today's full episode, it is available for free in a link in the description below. Just click it, put the password in, and enjoy. So last episode was interesting. We kind of had three big major things that was going on. We had obviously Michael, Lincoln, and Killerman with Terrence Stedman. And we also had Bellick being inside prison, with also Teabag reuniting with Susan. Now, interestingly, we'll start with Teabag. You know, he went in, he tried to act all happy family, kids come home, Uncle Teabag, you know, whatever. They was all giving him hugs, asking him where he's been, you know. And then, when she tried to pull a gun on him, he already found it in the drawer. He knew what she was trying to do. He wouldn't let her out of his sight. And he's grabbed them. He's boarded up the walls. He's tied all three of them up and basically said that we're going to be a family. Now, I don't know how he gets out of that situation. I don't know how he thinks that they're going to want to be with him. Yes, he's got no money, but it's not the case, is it? You know what I mean? They know that he's gone around and he's killed people before. And now he's coming in and kidnapping them and making him try and love him. You know what I mean? It's never going to go down well. So I'm interested to see what happens with that one. Now, obviously, Bellick is inside prison and somebody's come over and tried to make him kind of his bitch, let's be honest, you know, said that every time you have some food, I want you dessert. Now, he's gone over and he's given him the first time, realising that it's quite an intimidating place and it's probably not as easy as he thought it was when he was outside as a CO. And now he's giving him this this brownie and he's turned up and he said, look, mate, you know, I look like an idiot in front of all my friends. I'm here, I'm selfish, I'm eating it on my own. What about all these guys? Every single time that we have lunch, I want you to get a brownie for all five of them. Now, Bellick, he's just turned around and he's beat him up, literally. He's gone in, he's put something in a sock, he's just pounded down on him and shown that he's taking no crap. But unlucky for him, that in the day, it might wash because the COs inside are previously his friends and they kind of got his back a little bit. But at night time, that is not the same thing. You know, the guards who are on the night shift are friends and associates with obviously this dude that he's beaten down. And we did see it when it did get to the night that his gate opened or his door, his cell, whatever you want to call it, and he was left open. So it's going to be interesting to see what we do with him. But I'm actually really enjoying the Belly storyline. Unexpected. Don't think that he should be in prison, if I'm being honest. I think all evidence shows that he actually didn't do it. But what we're getting from it is better than not having him in the show, so I cannot complain. And then also going down to Michael, Killerman and Lincoln. Yes, he went and extracted Terrence Stedman. Yes, they took him to a motel and he was waiting for it to cool down a little bit. Killerman wanted to take him to Washington. Michael kind of wanted to just get it out there right now. He called the news. He was like, look, mate, we've got... well, actually, he didn't say we've got Terrence. He said, I want to turn myself in, which is clever because last time we seen it, when the phone call did get mentioned and his name was on it, they come and kill Veronica. So he said he's going to turn himself in. The press has turned up. Michael's hoping to do a big speech. Terrence has grabbed his gun and just committed a suicide. They think that they haven't got any information, no proof that he's there. Do you know what I mean? He just said he's got a John Doe. Killerman explained that basically they dropped his ears, raised his cheekbones, burnt all his fingertips, and then obviously took his dental teeth out so that they can't identify him. But I do believe that a bit of DNA could be done as well. So I don't know how it's going to happen, but lots of stuff went on last episode. I'm excited to see, obviously, the aftermath of it. Thanks for checking out today's episode. If you do enjoy it, please smash the like, really helps out. Subscribe if you're new. And as always, let's jump into today's episode.
Lincoln Burrows and Michael Schofield have continued to elude the authorities. Today, they left behind something else.
My name's Lincoln Burrows, and I'm innocent.
That was earlier.
Montana Highway Patrol.
Need to exit with your hands in the air. And Lincoln Burrows, need to exit with your hands up.
FBI, hold your fire.
Hold up, who are you?
Federal Bureau of Investigation. We're going to Billings.
Okay. Drop the gun. Give it out. Do it.
Everybody calm down. This won't get ugly.
Getting out of here before anyone else gets hurt.
Open my door.
Got a lead on something?
One of the COs from Fox River, Brad Bellick, got locked up last night for the murder of another guard.
This is Agent Mahone.
He's so moody.
How long ago?
He actually is so moody in there.
Boss Stedman, Sarah's in the
For the murder of Terrence Stedman, President Reynolds' brother. Reynolds travels to Colorado today for a scheduled appearance in Denver this...
Pull over. Want to drop off this kid?
Later.
We should get rid of Kellerman, too. We don't need him.
Actually, we do.
I think Killerman is a massive asset to them right now. I just think the knowledge that he's got is so beneficial towards him. Oh, he did get beaten up. We didn't see it, did we? But he absolutely has been battered.
Must make you think about all the times you walked around here in your fancy guard outfit, turning a blind eye to everything you saw that was wrong.
Come on, Al. Let's go.
Like I said though, I would love Bellick to rise to the top. Do you know what I mean? Come back a couple of episodes later, he's got one of them bandanas on, you know, he's got loads of people holding on to his pocket like teabag, you know what I mean? He's dominating everyone.
It's gonna be tight.
450 miles in 6 hours. What do you think?
Gotta move now if we're gonna make it.
Eyes front.
I still think he could have been recording them. It would have been good if he could pick it up from that far. Yakasuke is chilling in here somewhere. Wisconsin. Who's here now? Oh, yes. Here I am.
Why didn't it float? Why didn't it? I need more wood. Wood floats.
We were just wondering if you could buy us some beer.
Yeah, sure. Can I get some food for my dog, too?
Do whatever thing you gotta do, man. You can even keep a beer for yourself.
I've seen her before. Can't remember where from. The thing is, this guy's got the cash, mate. Do you know what I mean? Somebody's going to pay for this tape.
You're gonna want to see this.
My name's Lincoln Burrows, and I'm innocent. I did not murder Terrence Stedman. He committed suicide last night in the Cutback Motel.
He killed himself out of fear. They don't want you to know who they are. They've stolen billions of dollars and murdered dozens of innocent people.
They are a group of multinationals, corporate interests. Together they're known as the company.
Damage control immediately, before this hits page 1.
They didn't know any names.
Start a wildfire in Florida! Find a storage unit full of Arabs, I do not care!
Killerman would have been key there. Do you know what I mean? Like, you know, this is the part where Michael was saying, is he resourceful? Is he useful? Do we need him? Well, yeah, you do, mate. Because imagine him in this situation. He said, didn't it? Do you remember when he rang the phone and he rang Kim and he was like, look, mate, I've been there by her side ever since she was younger. I've been there all the way until she got to the top. I know everything about her. Do you know what I mean? I've been a loyal servant. I'm a soldier. Well, he should know names, numbers, you know, agents, things that she's done. I would literally have just leaked some of it to Michael. Do you know what I mean? Because basically, if you just say something like Agent Kim, Bill Kim, yeah, works in the Secret Service, he's got this role and he's instructed this and this. That is a full-on name that somebody can research into. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, not everybody in the press will turn a blind eye on that. Somebody will want that story and somebody will dig deep into it and say, who's Kim? Is he telling the truth? Do you know what I mean? Like, Killerman was heavily involved in the Burrows situation. They could literally say, we done this, this, and this. You know, this guy was involved, and we went through this procedure and this one. And he doesn't even have to put his name or his face on the camera. Just a knowledge of everything, his resources, what he could do. Like I said, as soon as you start naming people higher up and people can start identifying them, because it doesn't seem like they go with aliases. Yeah, okay, he booked stuff by Owen Kravecka, but like, realistically, he's still himself. You know, LJ managed to find him. That's LJ, who we haven't seen for quite a lot of this season, to be honest. But do you know what I'm saying? Like, he could have been very resourceful for I mean, still good, what they've got, but he could have benefited them a little bit better. They couldn't even give the house where Terrence Stedman was staying and say who bought it, who purchased it, who authorized it. Do you know what I mean? Just go into that much detail that nobody can actually question it. Somebody has to look into it.
Buena suerte.
Gracias.
Este es el fin del viaje para ti. No hay viajes gratis aquí, tipo. Lo siento.
Quito las plumas, mi esposa cocinaba. Ella está muerta ahorita. Ese era el último bus del día. Si usted cocina, le doy un lugar donde puede dormir esta noche.
¿Usted sabe qué? La realidad es que yo cocino como para chuparse los dedos. Start a transcript. I need every word.
One man, Special Agent Alexander Mahone, is responsible for multiple deaths. A man named Oscar Shales, a man who escaped from prison 2 years ago, who remains one of this country's most wanted.
Guy's nuts.
They'll do whatever it takes to make the death look official.
Hey, thank you.
Sure. Here you go.
What's the wood for?
I'm building a raft.
We're gonna try to get from here to Holland. How are you gonna know where you're going? Do you have like a map or anything? That's your map?
What happened to your arm?
My dad drinks too.
What's going on?
Oh, nothing.
No, don't. I can
Let me go. Matt, will you take me home, please?
No,
See, it does get intense, you know what I mean? When somebody grabs someone, don't let him go. Like, it does goes from 0 to 100 real quick.
I got your paperwork here for your transfer back to Gym Pop.
You look nice today. You worked here over 10 years, right?
If you think I can pull some strings to keep you out of Gym Pop, I can't do that.
Just let me stay here tonight. I know you can do that.
She probably can't do that for one night.
Just leave that door open for me.
That's not gonna happen. You can't make the same mistake twice, can you?
Schofield said something about 450 miles in 6 hours.
450 miles to where?
I don't know.
I'm hoping that that's a lie. Do you know what I mean? Because that's rookie from him.
Miles in 6 hours.
Seattle, Portland,
Salt Lake, Denver.
Denver. The president is speaking there this afternoon.
They're going after the president.
A tape purported to be made by escaped convicts was immediately dismissed by the Justice Department as entirely baseless.
They changed their itinerary. The brothers will know something's up, and they're gonna go right back into hiding.
Well, but if you're going to use the commander-in-chief as bait, that's certainly not going to
You
fly.
have a problem with the way that I do things?
Yeah. Internal Affairs has asked me to run all your moves through them from here on out.
Then get a pen and make sure you get this word for word. President's Day does not change. The only lead we have is that we know where these men are headed.
If I may, sir, the president, are you certain we should keep her in the dark on this? Because there is a scenario where she could be useful. And I think we're all pretty clear she's been known to get her hands dirty when that line gets too close.
To be fair, you know what I mean? When our back was against the wall last time, she was good.
¿Cuánto tiempo duró casado?
42 años.
They say he's just been married for like 40 years or something.
Lo peor que hay es comer solo. Buenas noches.
Oh, what did he say there? Like, no, thank you. I usually eat on my own. Ah, he's gonna steal his car though. Bit ruthless sat in it.
They did a good job masking the room.
Burroughs were able to baseline him off the footage from his trial, so we got even more clarity there. The eyes.
What is he looking at though? I thought that before.
Yeah, slight shift.
Why does he look up?
Yeah, blink rate's up here versus the pattern. Here, Burroughs, arms folded. He's protecting himself. If there's anything in here about what they plan on doing in Denver, you're gonna tell us.
Tell them you're the Green Lantern, but I know how they break down these tapes. I've done it. Every detail matters. If you want this plan to work, whatever you say with your mouths, you need to be saying something different with your bodies and your eyes.
Another innocent person.
We think it's Morse code.
Phrase, the water is warm. What does that mean?
Nothing. It'll take the feds a while to figure that out.
They had to know the tape would be discredited. They had to know that we'd talk to the cameraman.
Dr. Sarah Tancredi. I only hope by now you've found your safe haven. I took advantage of you, of your commitment to help others, and put you in a place that's every doctor's nightmare.
Is that a location, safe haven, do you reckon?
To help others.
Body language just tells. Ask me, it doesn't look like he means this at all.
I don't care what it looks like. Play it again.
I don't see how.
Play it again. This isn't about Terrence Stedman, and it's not about their innocence.
Alexander Mahone.
What do you mean?
They're not going after the president. They're going after the doctor. I want everything we got on Sarah Tancredi.
Pretty good that actually, if that's true. If they actually are going after Sarah, he's done really well in deciphering that in terms of obviously the context of that thing. Now, they said that obviously every movement, position tells a different story, but I'll tell you a story. When I sit down, I'm sat down now, and I actually cross my left leg over my right. I don't cross my right leg over my left. And why? Because it hits my balls. It does. Let's be honest. Let's be open. I can cross my left leg over my right. I can't do my right over my left. It hurts my nuts. That is like, literally, that's me being honest. That doesn't tell no story. That's literally a fact. And as well, I cross my arms. I sit quite often, like here. My right arm tucks in and my left under. I can't do it that way. It's just uncomfortable. It doesn't tell no story. There's no meaning from it. It's just that if I sit that way, it's just awkward. You know what I mean? Like, I understand certain situations, and they are right. And I bet you, like, looking up and down and speaking in monotone, you know, the voice and how it ups and downs and fluctuates, and how you say sentences as well, do a pause. Like, I talk quite fast, but if I pause and then carry on, like, I might have said something and then I was like, did you know what I mean? Like, did you get it? And then carried on. So I don't really know. Like, I do think body language experts are quite interesting because they are very, very good at deciphering things. But I also do feel like some things just happen for a reason. Shit just happens. Why'd you cross your leg? Well, I can't cross it the other way, it hurts. Why'd you put your arm underneath your right one? Why? Because it just feels uncomfortable. There's no reason, there's no manoeuvre, there's no special thing that I'm trying to get out there. I like how he's trying to talk and do Morse code though. It's pretty solid, that, to be honest. How can you do Morse code and read at the same time? It's really clever. Mind doing two different things at once? Michael's really good. But I actually thought he was going after the president, but if they're going after Sarah, then that's interesting. And I'm thinking that when he said your safe haven, that's a location. You know, when he did speak, he said safe haven and then paused for a little bit and then moved on to another sentence. And I'm thinking, like, that's the hint. That's what he's saying. And she's trying to figure it out. Has Sucre got a specific location that he's going here? Well, that he would have been free in Mexico and they couldn't cross the border. And now he's doing criminal activities.
¿A dónde lo encontraron?
Llegando hacia el sur, en el camino 15.
Me alegro que lo trajeron para atrás. No tuve chance de darle dinero para la gasolina.
I don't know what he's saying, but like the guy's giving him some dollars.
¿Puedo mandar un oficial para que te traiga el coche?
Gracias. Buenas noches. Yo. Encuentra a tu muchacha y después encuentra la gracia de Dios.
Did he say I feel sorry for you and you must have had to do it for a specific reason and I forgive you? Has he found something?
Sir, where are you going?
I'm not telling you now, you told me you're going to tell someone. The janitor found dead.
We gotta start thinking about what to do if she doesn't show. Or if she does. What if this is just one giant setup?
Mate, it's pure paranoia because that could be true, but I don't think it is, but I'm not too sure. He could be double cross, mate. Do you know what I mean? Oh, he's followed him back.
Not with that fake tech boy again? Sasha.
No.
You may look like me, but you take after your mom when it comes to the boys, now don't you?
And you get some fucking weirdos, don't you?
Show me some respect.
Respect works two ways. How'd you get weirdos like him? He's more of a weirdo than Haywire.
You must be loving this.
Mate, you could get him out, probably, if you helped him.
This way to gloat. I won't take much of your time, but I do have a few questions.
About?
Sarah Tancredi.
I'd know her a lot better if you can get my ass moved to AdSec.
I'll talk to the warden, see what I can do.
But
What?
it says this stuff about another chance, safe haven, Alcoholics Anonymous, Sarah's in recovery. Those are the names of some of the chapters in the book they use in AA.
Chance.
How'd you think of codes like that quick though? He didn't even have long to figure it out. It's really smart. I don't know how he figures that out so quickly. They should be already meeting, shouldn't they?
Look, wait.
Michael, come to the front desk.
Just call the local police in Akron and tell them to get everyone they have over to St. Thomas Hospital now.
Michael Crane, I think you got a phone call for me.
It sounded better than origami.
Even if you got the message, I wasn't sure you'd respond.
I couldn't get to you in time. This is the only thing I could think of. Michael, back in Gila, I was coming back to you. Somebody grabbed me. They told me that my father had given me something. Michael, I want for this to be over.
It's just a question of looking at whatever it is your father gave you.
It's just a key.
Well, we'll figure it out together.
Hey, who's calling him? Unless it's Bill just to shout at him.
Hello, Paul.
Oh, here we go.
I'm so sorry. It all just got away from me, and I ended up hurting the one person who's always been at my side. Please bring them in, Paul, and everything can go back to the way it was.
I hope that he don't fall for it.
Did you talk to Sarah?
In a few days, this should all be over.
You know what I mean? Like, so far it's been really good. It's been really useful, and I kind of give him a bit of like thumbs up this episode. Do you know what I mean? And I was saying that he could have given him information to obviously say during that news broadcast, but he also did give him a few tips here and there. Are they just gonna debunk it anyway? Do you know what I mean? He was basically saying that I've been on the other side of this, and I know how we do it, and I know how we make it look like stuff's not real, and like you're just faking it, and it's all a bunch of lies, and you might as well just get something out there at the same time. Do you know what I mean? So while he's out there trying to plead their innocence in the press and knowing that they're just gonna scrap it and pretty much just push it to the side and overshadow it with something else, which they have done, let's use it for something useful as well. And while he was doing that, they got a message out to Sarah and they got a reconnection, which you haven't had. So, I mean, it kind of worked and then it didn't at the same time. But we also learned when Bill, was it Bill? Somebody was laughing at him anyway for giving all his time and all his life towards Caroline, and then she just kind of binned him and basically saying that he proposed to her as well, didn't he, before? I think it was Terrence Steadman, actually, not Bill. And he was saying, like, do you really think that she would have married somebody like you know, before he killed himself? And I mean, talking about killing himself, just stuck it in a newspaper that it was a janitor that was killed by Michael. I mean, to be honest, even though it was obviously the president's brother, they're saying it was a janitor, but then they didn't even say it was a janitor from Michael and Lincoln. And if they did say that, why is it just hidden in a little storyline in the back of a paper and not front page? You know what I mean? Like, the way you would pin that is, you know, false tape comes out to mask, you know what I mean? Like, I would say, like, false tape comes out to mask the murder of an innocent janitor, something like that. Do you know what I mean? And then you could literally just say, bunch of lies, trying to deflect it from the murder that they've just committed, and then it gets people more scared of him. But no, they kind of like took a different approach on it. So, I mean, that was really interesting. Nothing about Teabag, obviously, like I said last episode, he tied everybody up in it and said they're going to be a family one way or another. Didn't progress that or the C-Note storyline either, you know. Like I said, I've mentioned a few times, I feel like he's not really been in the season. He's just on the phone consistently, not really progressed forward. Now, I've had a bit of Sucre all episode, and I've got to be honest, no idea what's been said. You know, his whole episode was in Spanish. Now, I'd be fine with that if it popped up subtitles, but it didn't. And then when I turn subtitles on, it just doesn't come up anyway when he's speaking in Spanish. It only shows the English conversation. So all episode, I have no idea what he said. But it looks like, you know, he's trying to get somewhere. This guy kind of took him in, gave him some food. He stole his car. He went on his way. He was captured by the police, took back to the guy. He got his car. Guy felt sorry for him, give him a bit of money, said, I don't want no charges pressed on him or whatever's, just go. And just let him go away. That's the long story short that I interpreted from Sucre, even though I didn't know anything that was said this episode. So it's good that Michael is reunited kind of with Sarah. You know, he knows that she's got a key now. They've got to figure it out, but who knows, mate, what side Killerman's on now. Literally, he's unpredictable, but I actually do think he's really good. Okay, that's going to wrap up today's episode. Thanks so much for checking out the channel today. Hope you guys enjoyed it. So, I actually thought this was decent. I know that Michael and Lincoln knew that he was kind of debunking the information that he's putting out into the news, but the interesting thing is, and I always say this as well, about not this thing with Michael, but other stuff, is like, do you know when people get arrested and they say, you know, this is a suspect, and they release somebody's name about the potential crimes that they've done? I always say, they shouldn't actually do that, because regardless of what information gets put out there, you know, until it's factually proven that they've done something, then, you know, you could potentially have some harm against these people, because not every person that's going to be listening to it is going to agree that Michael, say for example, and Lincoln are actually criminals. You know, they're going to sit there and they're going to listen, and they're going to, you know, try and make their own mind up and decisions on what's being actually said by them. So like the fact that, you know, prior to this, they might have thought that, yeah, Michael and Lincoln, they are criminals, you know, they need to be put in, you know, they need to be caught and put back into the system. But then sitting down and listening to this information, you know, 9 times out of 10, everybody would still think they're criminals. But that one person, that's kind of helping them, you know. Add another person and another, you know, you start to get a bit more following. And the fact that Michael and that have sat down and they called out the system, called out the company, said that they're innocent, you know, said that the president's in it as well, called out Mahones, you know what I mean, name dropping a few people, said that he's killed Oscar Shells, and, you know, some of his work colleagues who actually, you know, I've been wondering what's been going on with him and like why they've always been chasing him and where's he gone and why is he always stressed in that situation, might start thinking, hang on, you know what I mean? If he's telling the truth about him, what if they're telling the truth about this? And what if they're telling the truth about that? Do you know what I'm saying? And then it's just like a little steamroll effect. So I actually do think it was really good what they've done there. And I like how they obviously contacted Sarah with it. Now, obviously, they got a body analyst in and he was talking about different moves and different ways he was sat down and saying that obviously they're lying here and they're lying there. And the thing is though, like let's be honest, I actually feel like all of the stuff that they said, they weren't actually lying. I just feel like what they've done is they put those maneuvers in to make the police kind of look at it and all that, because he knew that it wasn't going to wash down anyway. But like, they did talk about Terrence killing himself, and they did talk about obviously Sarah being innocent and being involved in it. They did talk about Mahones killing people, and obviously they did talk about the company and how they're obviously dictating everything, and the president, how she's involved in it all, and like all of that was real and it was all the truth as well. But they knew that it wasn't going to wash and that it was just going to get pushed to the side anyway. And it's just mad to see how quickly something can actually be swept under the carpet. But modern day society, if it's 2023, with social media, with Twitter, with the Facebook, with the TikToks and everything, you get people like, mate, have you seen it? Like the most recent one for me, even though it could have been a while ago, was like the Brian Kohlberger thing. Do you remember when he apparently, you know, he's gone in, he's killed all these people, and you know, in a university campus or frat house or whatever, I'm not even too sure, but like, as soon as that got released and they couldn't find out who it was, boom, mate, you went on social media, you had every single person on TikTok going for every little thing, like they was the people working for the Secret Service, like they was, you know, what do you call it, you know, when they go in and take crime scene investigators, like where they take stuff and pictures and forensic scientists and all that. It was mad, mate. You know, people think, people go hardcore into researching stuff because they love it, and I feel like if it was modern day, it'd be so much harder to brush under the carpet. But now it's going to be interesting to see what side Killerman goes on, because I just feel like the president don't give a shit about him, if I'm being totally honest. I feel like she's the type of person that would just manipulate and use anybody to rise to the top, and when she's up there, she'll just do anything she can to stay at the top. Do you know what I mean? Whether it's standing on people who's got you to that position, whether it's killing loved ones, you know what I mean, and sacrificing them, not too bothered, I believe. And you know, I feel like this is just another way to get him in, to kill him, so he can't expose any more information out into the public, because he's potentially a threat to them and he's playing on his heartstrings. It's very interesting. But we had what is it now, Haywire back in the episode, back in the show. You love to see it. He's made his raft. It looks pretty good. I mean, I'm not too sure it's going to go all the way to Holland, but he's making a progression. Now, he did obviously get into contact with like a couple, and he did see that somebody was getting hurt and abused on a wrist. You could see all the marks, and she did express that she had an abusive father, kind of like him, through conversations. He's followed them all the way back to the home, obviously. She's gone inside. The dad again has come up, and you better show me some respect. Mate, people don't understand that respect is earned. And it goes both ways. Do you know what I mean? If you want respect, then you got to respect the person that you want respect from. And he's obviously not showing that. He's gone after her, but Haywire's come in and just popped him, hit him, and I'm gonna guess killed him. So I mean, that one's really interesting. We've seen him actually commit a crime outside of the prison now. But everybody's still kind of on the run. Do you know what I mean? They managed to track down a few at the start, but now Ceno's still on the run. You know, got Haywire, Michael, obviously Lincoln, and we've got Teabag. Sucre seems to be chilling in Mexico, but I don't know where he's actually going. Where was he trying to get to? Why was he stealing the car? And why was he so urgent to get to this location? I'm pretty sure they said that once he was across the border, he was okay. Is that not the case? You know, I'm not too sure with border lines and patrols and stuff like that. But I would have thought that after jumping out of the plane, he was free. He was on a home run. He could chill, but maybe not. Maybe that's not the case. Interested to see where we go from here. Thanks for checking out today's episode. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please smash the like. Really helps out. Subscribe if you're new. And as always, I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers, guys.